What are the major challenges you face when you are growing a business? Like, I think that's like the biggest mistake I see with a lot of marketers.
It is just a beautiful time to kind of
Right.
be in business.
अगर रोटी घी के बिना खाई है तो गलत है. How did you find mental
It
health?
was such a big turning point in my life. And just get your hands dirty and then you'll know. No matter आपका Instagram handle कितना glamorous है. You were getting hands-on experience on one of the biggest FMCG brands. And I was working for the brand McDonald's.
Today I have with me on Decode one of the exciting startup founders. They are into the snacking market. We'll discuss which kind of snacking it is. It is healthy or it is practical, but they have been doing it for last 5 years and they have been killing it. So let's get on board Priyanka Goyal, founder of GoGrub.
Hi Akshay.
Hi.
Good to be here, man.
Yeah. So I think Priyanka, we have been working on and off
Yeah.
for the last 7 years nearly.
Yeah.
Oh no, like around 2018.
80, 90.
Yeah, so we started that. So nearly 5 to 6
Yeah,
years now.
yeah.
I think that is where the GoGrub was incepted, right?
Correct.
So my first question, and I want to keep it very like straight, like what was the reason
Yeah.
to start GoGrub?
Yeah, so of course we get asked this all the time, and it has to be one of the core founding questions or one of the answers that we always have to have. The reason was very simple. Yeah, Abhinav and I, my co-founder and I, we are our first customers on our various travel stints, study stints abroad. These were the kind of products, especially snack bars, quick snacking. These were the kind of products that we had always seen and so easily available everywhere, even at a normal grocery store abroad. And I'm talking about back in the day, 2006, 17, 18. Back in India, it was not really quickly available. There was a huge gap. I qualify it in two ways, perception wise and also how you could not affordable. Affordable was one part of it, but perception wise and also availability wise. So, you know, a lot of these things which were oats and cranberries and blueberries, they were just so glamorized and they were reserved for a select few, which was something that was not sitting well with us, right? So, because by the nature, by virtue of the fact that it's a snack, it should be quickly available, it should be available to a larger audience. And that's where the idea of GoGrub formed. So, just to validate what I was saying, the first snack bar that we brought out in the market back in 2017-18, it had whole oats, it had, which is still one of our best sellers. It has whole oats, it has blueberries, cranberries, the works. And when we introduced it back in the day, it was at the lowest price point available within the competitors. It was just at rupees 40 at that time. And there, that time, just for context, the usual bar was retailing at about 70, 80, 90 INR per unit. So that was the idea. That is one of the founding principles, to get the best of ingredients, real ingredients, be transparent, but make it in a way that's helping our customers upgrade their experience, upgrade their everyday snacking choices, and of course, in that process, upgrade their life.
Perfect. When I talk about snacking, I think snacking in itself is a very diverse market,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think like the biggest player in the snacking industry in India would be Haldiram,
Yes.
right?
Poster child of snacking.
Yeah, and then there are these chips brands. These all like big FMCG giants who have entered into snacking.
Correct.
What has changed? And as you said, like international trends caught in India, like they kind of take time to kind of build in. But what has been the reason for this lethargy to get into a new snacking category like yours?
I don't think there has been any lethargy. There has been enough and more. There is a lot of, see, one thing about the new Indian consumer is that they are very, very aspirational.
Yeah.
So they are catching onto trends very quickly. So I would say that, you know, if you talk about, say, 8 years, 9 years before, there were hardly 4 or 5 snack brands, and mostly it was, and they were not even snack bar brands. They would be protein bars, which is only for people who are working out or wanting to lose weight and things like that, right? Cut to today, there is a whole market and there are so many players across who are actually bringing out snack bars as snack bars,
Right.
which are like, you know, which can be eaten as snacks and not just for somebody who's going to the gym or who's going to lose weight. So I think according to me, they're definitely catching up. But yes, India is a very big snacking market and much more than the West. And our traditional snacks will always remain. Our traditional snacking habits would always remain. Yes, there are a lot of new age brands, and especially after COVID, there is a general sense of consciousness in terms of eat better, be healthy, be better. तो वो सब आ गया है. People are have started reading the labels very carefully. पहले nobody used to flip around and read labels. Now there is so much propaganda, I would say, online, especially on Instagram. Everybody's an
This
influencer.
food farmer guy, right?
Yeah.
Kind of making a lot of people at least aware about the fact that there is this label which they need to read. I
Yeah.
know people were doing it before,
But they didn't know what it
Yeah.
was, right? Yeah, everything has, I think, a two-sided story. So people are reading labels, but there is not enough education on how to read it correctly. There are certain ingredients which are just villainized for no reason. Refined flour being the favorite,
Right.
or even sugars for that matter. And there is so much misinformation, I would say, which is being touted around that you don't eat table sugar, you eat honey, or you eat jaggery, but that so it's better. But actually, it's not better. Because if you go into the studies and if you figure that out, you figure out that everything that's once you've eaten sugar of any kind, the way it is absorbed in your body is exactly the same. The message that we want to take forward with GoGrub is eat a snack as a snack,
Right.
not as a meal replacement. By what I'm meaning to say is quantities and portion sizes of what you eat is ultimately
Right.
what defines what is healthy, what is not healthy. Just because there are certain brands and companies who are saying that, oh, we are so healthy, you can eat it as snacks, as meals,
Right.
or if you're missing meals, you can eat it. That is completely wrong by any stretch of the imagination. So that's something that as a trend, and that's really changed after COVID.
Right.
There are actually a lot of other influencers. I want to give a shout out to this one handle. It's called the Masala Lab. He's also brought out a book. If you have to follow one person on food on Instagram, he's the guy. He's debunking so many commonly propagated myths, and it's really helpful. And if one should, look at it, one should hear him, and he also gives a lot of sources, quotes a lot of sources. So, you could like go out and research on your own. But yeah, I think the consumer now, going back to what we were discussing, the consumer now is much more aware. There is a lot of affordability. People are willing to try new things. Again, a new trend after COVID. A lot of newer, smaller brands are coming up. E-commerce has taken up in a big way. So all of this is kind of a perfect storm for new brands in any category, and especially in food, I think, to emerge.
So, and this question or my observation is very different from what you were saying. My feeling is that even the snack bars
Yeah.
were there in India
Yeah.
for the longest time. I think Chickies or
Acha, right.
that
Yeah.
were the snack bars originally, right?
Correct.
Now, they had been given a perception that they are not healthy
Yeah.
or they're not good for your health, which I think is not correct completely.
Correct.
Yeah, it would have got with time into a space where cost effectiveness was the main priority and the quality deteriorated. But Chicky was always that snack bar, right?
Correct. I didn't think of it like that. Yeah, you're right. Correct. For us, different chickies, and there are so
Yeah,
many
there's so
different
many,
combos.
yeah.
Correct. Hi, yeah, so it's also, we take a cue from that for our cookies, for example.
Yeah.
So for GoGrub, we've always figured out that take something which a consumer is already eating and upgrade it in a better way. Rather than bringing exotic other snacks from around the world, why not upgrade our existing snacks?
Right.
So our cookies, which is our sesame coconut cookie, which is one of our best sellers, is based on that premise.
Right.
Take an everyday snack, which is cookie bolo, biscuit bolo, एक ही बात है. It can't be more everyday than that. A snack, it's one of the everyday snacks. So we've upgraded it by using whole oats, by using sesame, by using coconut, by using butter, which is the
Right.
biggest USP. Again, butter is villainized so much. अगर बटर खा रहे हो तो बहुत अनहेल्दी खा रहे हो, बट कोई ये नहीं बता रहा है कि जो कुकी में बटर डल रहा है एक्चुअली इट्स रिप्लेसिंग पाम ऑयल, इट्स रिप्लेसिंग अ लॉट ऑफ बैड ऑयल. सो बटर इज एक्चुअली अ वेरी गुड replacement. So these are the kind of miscommunications that are going on, but at the same time, in our small effort, we are trying to kind of upgrade snacks with these good ingredients and good for you ingredients. But I do think that people are catching up, because the way the adoption for our sesame coconut cookies and the repeat order rates that we are seeing, people are seeing the value in it. It's just a matter of time
Yeah.
before it explodes.
So I think there are 2 points which I kind of take from this. I think one point around butter, or I would say butter is one part of it. I think generalizing it, I think there is a lot of Western misconception which is crept into India.
Yeah.
And now the Western people are saying that we were wrong. Like especially with the ghee, right? Now everyone's kind of in
Yeah.
West is trying to have ghee
Ghee
coffee,
first. Yeah.
right? Ghee coffee and kind
Yeah.
of the whole keto
Yeah.
keto
Correct.
movement which has happened.
Correct.
That oil is not that bad.
Bad.
It's just about misinformation which was spread around. And I think this is for multiple things, not just for ghee.
Yeah.
I think around seeds,
Yeah.
around different
Nuts also.
different nuts, right?
Yeah.
Which we
Group
in
of
India
people.
initially, like India was the epicenter of all these things,
That's
right?
correct.
Especially I would mention ghee because of the fact that we are from the north belt, and ghee is a part of our घी तो हम खाते ही थे ना, हमारी लाइफ का पार्ट था. मतलब अगर रोटी घी के बिना खाई है तो गलत है, मतलब वैसे वाली सिचुएशन थी. मगर वो इतना डेविलाइज कर दिया कि देन वी स्टार्टेड फीलिंग कि यार घी नहीं खाना, राइट? तो मुझे लगता है कि वन पॉइंट इज दैट देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ मिस इन्फॉर्मेशन जस्ट फॉर द फैक्ट दैट दे वांटेड टू सेल देयर प्रोडक्ट. उन्हें अपना वेस्टर्न प्रोडक्ट भेजना है which is made in a certain way, which had to have a certain lifespan to be there, right, in the market. That's why they kind of promoted that. Second point, which you really nailed it, is that nutrition is about control. It's not about what you eat, more about what you eat. It's about how much do you eat it, right, and how balanced you can eat it, which I think is now coming into forefront, that it's eventually you have to have those 2000 3000 calories between that, right, range, depending on your body type. Now how do you manage that? How do you eat it correctly is going to define how you will look or how you will kind of feel.
How you will feel. Yeah. So we have had customers, and these are all true stories from our brand. There are people who've had our snack bars on Amazon, and that lady took the pain to kind of reach out to us and said that my kids are saying that I eat like 4 snack bars a day and I skip my meals, and I want you to write on email that it's fine. But we actually wrote to her saying, ma'am, please don't.
Yeah.
Do not eat 3 snack bars in a day. Please have your meals. These are snack replacements, not meal replacements. But I will also go ahead and say that not a lot of snack brands or a lot of food companies will do that, because obviously the more people consume, the more you sell and all of that. But that's not the right principle. That's not the right ethos. And then हम वो जाके एक चीज को devilize कर देते हैं. That's not how it should be. So yeah, I think the message there.
Binging is the real devil.
Correct.
I think it's not about
Binge कर लो, कंट्रोल में
कंट्रोल में कर लो.
Yeah.
मतलब बिंज करने का मतलब ये है ना कि कंट्रोल से बाहर.
Snacking
करना पर बिंजिंग
बिंजिंग मत करो. Correct.
So I think that is where I think the real essence is.
Yeah.
Coming back to the fact that why snacking, or like why in the market, like why was it around food? Not even snacking. Like, why did you kind of enter food as a market, or is this still a right time to enter food? Let's just flip the question, saying, Rick.
Okay, it's a very why food for us? Because this was a gap that we felt. This was really a felt need, and that is why we went ahead and did it. And once we started developing it, we had so much insights. The way it shaped up, the way our products shaped up, the kind of customer love we've gotten from day one. So for us, it was food. It was our calling. We did it. We went ahead and did it, and it's working out. And it's something that we are very, very passionate to build even now.
Right.
So for us, I'm breaking it down into 2 parts. For Abhinav and I, it is food. We are building it, and we hope to take it further. Is this the right time? Right now, 2024 is the right time to get into food. Well, if number one, if it's your inner calling, if you have passion, if you think that you can really bring to the forefront a product that you feel will make a difference. Well, ultimately, it makes a difference or not depends on a lot of factors. But if you are passionate about it, go ahead. But if you are in that zone of, I want to start up, I have 2-3 categories in mind, then I would say food is definitely a very difficult space to crack. Simply because it's a perishable category. That's number one. Because everything has a shelf life, and you need to, so that kind of defines the timelines and tightens the timelines too much. Secondly, because of the success rate of so many other FMCG brands and categories that one is seeing, one sometimes sits and says कि अरे यार ये कर लेते तो शायद easy होता. especially in the skincare, in the beauty segment, in the apparel segment. I'm not saying there are not challenges. There are challenges everywhere. But there are because we are dealing with our challenges, maybe we feel those challenges are a little less. I would still say baseline for anybody who's watching who wants to figure out what to start up in, follow your inner calling. It should be from inside out, not from outside in. You should not be picking and choosing and saying, iska startup karungi. It should be, this is what I feel like doing, because that is what will take you to office every day.
Right.
So I hope I've answered your question. It should be about what you want to make a difference in.
No, I think I have a subsequent question on this, and very interesting point, because I also believe that if you have to be in something for a long period and you're marrying something actually when you're doing a startup, it has to be from a conscious effort of understanding that this is something I would like to do every day, as you said, and this is something which I will put everything in, because there are gonna be days where you will feel low. There are going to be days where you will not be able to think that this is working. But that day, when everyone's kind of giving you that noise that it is not going to work, you need to kind of make assurance inside that nahi yaar, this will happen. करके दिखाऊंगा, कोई बात नहीं है. तो I think मैं ये मानता हूँ पूरी तरह से. That's why I'm asking you a subsequent question कि when you talk about inner calling, is that, how important is that, and what are the aspects of it? Like, how do you define that? Because for not for everyone you can define inner calling, right? They could have multiple callings. So what is there a way to break down that, like कोई 3 part 4 parts way है कि जिसे कर सकते हैं?
I know what you're saying in terms of it's a very qualitative, philosophical thing to say, inner calling. And yes, I could be passionate about 2-3 things at the same time. I don't think there is any very structured, or at least I don't know any structured 1, 2, 3 part thing to it. I would say if you have about 2 to 3 things which you are really passionate about and you think that you can, make a difference in that, I would say start juggling with it. Start at least, जब तक करोगे नहीं तब तक पता नहीं चलेगा. बैठ के if you keep thinking, then maybe that's not the answer. One way could also be, which I really think is a great way to do it, is, try your hand at it in an internship sort of a situation. So suppose if, like, for example, I'll tell you, when I was in college, I was a marketing major. I always had this thing since I was, I think, in 8-9 standard, that I want to be in advertising. I don't know how and why, but I always was very clear, to the extent that, I had bought myself as an 8th standard kid an Ogilvy book written by Ogilvy himself, and I used to read it cover to cover, that I know I want to be in advertising after I graduate. Cut to, and I did everything for it. I needed an English degree for it. I knew the back steps and I followed them to the T because I wanted to be in advertising. As luck would have it, I actually landed up a very prestigious internship in Leo Burnett, and I was working for the brand McDonald's. It could not be more commercial than that, right? You were getting hands-on experience on one of the biggest FMCG brands. And having worked there for 3 months, by the end of the 3 months, again, I would say by God's grace, I got a PPO from them. They said, after you finish college, come and join us. I knew that's not something I wanted to do.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Having seen that life, I said, calm, I like, but this life, I don't think I can manage. Why I went into detail about this example is because it was such a big turning point in my life, that this is what I thought I'll do my entire life. And this is, so I would say, if you have 2-3 things, try it out. Of course, you can't try everything out with your own money or your own capital. Intern at a certain place, assist somebody, go and see the ropes. If you have an opportunity to go be a fly on the wall in some office, if you go and do that for a while, figure out. If you have anybody in that, suppose if you want to be in the apparel, if you want to start an apparel business, start following people. आजकल तो इतना easy हो गया है यार. Start following people on social media, connect with people on LinkedIn, talk to people there. Everybody is very happy to talk to people. Figure out, brainstorm ideas, and then I think ultimately करते करते वो एक पे आप आ ही जाओगे कि this is what makes sense. Let me start doing this. But I think action is what is needed.
No, completely agreed. I think there are so many opportunities available. I think it's just about focusing on what you want to do and you want to try it. Like, you want to try it. I think there are 2 challenges which I see generally. What happens with trying is that either people try it in a very small amount, right? A half-hearted way, or like the time span dedicated to it is very small to kind of have any qualitative input out of it. So So I would say that give a sizable amount of time to kind of understand is it working for you or not. Second thing is try more and more things.
Huh.
And when you try more and more things, you are able to create a better barometer of what is working and what is not working. ये मेरे को लगता है सबसे बड़ा challenge लगता है when students are choosing their career, they either are typecasted by what they have seen, or they just feel that there's one thing which I want to do, and then they realize that yeah, this is not what I want to do. And in life, we only get to know things which we don't want to do.
Yeah.
We never get to know what we want to do.
Yeah.
So I think this is just to get that thing which we want to do is in a way nirvana, I would say, but that is something you only get to understand once you have done a lot of things which you don't like to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But uske liye, it's the point, like you rightly said, to get to that point that I don't want to do this, you have to first do it.
Yeah. Agreed,
Just do
completely.
it. Like even 11th standard, 12th standard kids, and आजकल तो I think
बिल्कुल,
schools are
बिल्कुल.
also giving internship opportunities. Go out there
Yeah.
and just get your hands dirty, and then you'll know within 2 months. It's low stakes.
Yeah.
कुछ भी नहीं है. Just go figure out अच्छा, and it's actually you're learning on somebody else's money.
Right.
So just do it.
Completely.
Yeah, action is needed.
Completely agreed on that. So, how did the journey of the product start? How did the journey of GoGrub begin? Like, how did you first, like, how was the first sampling, or how was the getting the product ready experience? And what are the challenges you faced in this? Like, anything which you remember distinctly?
Yeah. So everything, because everything has been so close to heart. When we started out, how we did was we actually contacted some top 5 chefs of the country. These are all home chefs, very celebrated actually now. And we developed about 25 recipes. So 5 recipes across each chef. The broad outlines were given by us in terms of suppose if we wanted cookies or we wanted crisps. So, and then and what kind of ingredients we were looking at, and then they this was on a commission basis, and then they developed those recipes. They sent it back to us. We had trials with our own chefs. We developed those recipes, and interestingly, when we started out, we were an online only and a digital first channel.
Yeah.
So a lot of packaging was very different. A lot of product shelf life was very, very different. So what we used to do was we used to sell online, but we used to do a lot of pop-ups offline, again, to get a feel of what the customer is saying, what is the feedback, because for us, that's been very important.
Right.
Again, one of the main points I would like to highlight, always keep your ear close to your customer.
Yeah.
Always don't delegate that task. As a founder, as a startup person, if there is one task that you should keep with yourself is feedback. Yeah, so the customers, when we spoke to the customers, we figured out that a lot of our products, out of the 25 products that we had, we were very quick to understand that there were 5, 6 which were really sticking out. And then we wanted to take them in offline retail because it's a pre-pandemic world, right? So a lot of that time, the food knowledge was that we still want to touch and feel the products that we want to buy. We want to flip this thing.
Yeah.
We want to see the packaging. And new brands and new food brands, पे तो बिल्कुल ही trust नहीं था लोगों का तब. So then we wanted to launch it in the offline retail stores as well. So recipes were set. We knew our hero products. The challenges that you were talking about. So main challenges came in terms of scaling the recipes. Because when we were doing it only for online, we were making it in smaller batches.
Right.
We were able to quality control a lot more. The same kind of recipes to scale it to like 5 times more, 10 times more was a very big challenge in terms of cost, in terms of ingredients, in terms of shelf life. The same recipe was not holding good when you were to do it 5x or 10x times, right? So those were the challenges. So we had to kind of reinvent the wheel. That time we didn't take any outside help. Abhinav and the team, Abhinav, my co-founder, is a main product person. So he and the team then in-house, we did a lot of trials back and forth, and then came up with the same product, but in a way that was suitable for offline retail and with longer shelf lives. So those were the times when, that was something that one didn't know before.
Right.
Only wo karke samajh mein aaya, sort of a thing. So that's how our products, and I'm very proud to say that most of our products have been our bestsellers since then.
Right.
And they continue to do so. And at GoGrub, I think we really take pride in the kind of product that we bring out. We've had a lot of questions. We've had a lot of people come and tell us that, why don't you take out like 30 products more? Right now our portfolio is about 10 products across 3 categories. And I'll tell you the norm in our industry is outsourcing a lot of product making. So you just hire contract manufacturers and you tell them, because those people are already manufacturing for other people, right? So you say, "Acha, mere brand ke liye bhi ye kar do." That's something that we are very conscious of, and we don't do it, and it speaks in our products. So I'm happy to share our repeat order rates are best in the category in our industry. We enjoy about a 30% repeat order rate on Amazon,
Okay.
which is we earned our bestseller tag, our Amazon Prime tags, all organically on Amazon, and it's all because of the customer love. So that's something that we do. So product is at the center and forefront. Again, one of the, I think I would like to mention that a lot of FMCG companies and a lot of startups,
Right.
we put so much time and effort in the glamour part of it, in the marketing glitz part of
Right.
it, that the product is kind of not taken care of at all.
Yeah.
Of course, I will not take names, but we have seen in our journey, we have seen our counterparts where products were not really at the forefront. Sad as it is, it will fizzle out sooner
Right.
than later. Because it's that product that the customer is coming from. No matter आपका Instagram handle कितना glamorous है, no matter what events you are doing, but if your product is not sticking well with the
Right.
customer, it's very difficult to sustain. So and at GoGrub, that's our first thing, that all our energies, all our resources first go into the product, and everything else is then the
Revolves around it. Yeah. It
the
basically
product.
revolves
It's
around
around
it.
the
Yeah.
product.
I think what people forget is that in the 4 P's of marketing, product comes first.
Yeah.
People concentrate on the last P, which is promotion. but product के बारे में कुछ सोचता नहीं है.
Correct.
I think that's like the biggest mistake I see with a lot of marketers today, that they think that they are promotion people.
Correct.
They're not product people. I think product is the forefront.
Correct.
The product marketing has become in itself a new discipline. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like marketing was always about product, right?
Product,
Right.
but it has.
So, this is, I think, very surprising. But very good points. I think 2 or 3 points which I want to bring out. I think one point first is around, you talked about customer centricity, why you should have your ear always open for the customer. What GoGrub did specifically in this regards, and what is the learning which everyone can take from that? I think I want to talk about that first.
So yeah, for us, honestly, if I tell you what the customer, the closeness to the customer has given us, it's only been positive. For a very small startup started by a bunch of people sitting in maybe a suburb of Delhi, and you are thinking कि हम ये करेंगे. Once we came into Gurgaon and once we started doing these pop-ups in all these big MNCs, the love that you see when somebody.
Can you tell me more about the pop-ups? Like, what were the pop-ups like? Because
Yeah.
Because I want
We
to
did a lot of it. They're called tasting sampling pop-ups. So we did a lot. I can tell you the name of the company. So we were at Philips India, we were at PayU India. PayU has huge campuses across 2 buildings, right? That was our first pop-up. I remember right in the morning at 8 o'clock, we came and set up. So this was a sampling table,
Right.
and then you could also purchase from there. And at around 9:30, there was people were not coming in, and my team was like, "Pata nahi hoga." They don't know what product, what brand this is. Why will they come? This was pre-pandemic.
Right.
And then suddenly, when breakfast happened, people started pouring in, and I cannot tell you, within about 3 to 4 hours, we were completely sold out.
Right.
To the point that the management came and told us that we want you to put this pop-up tomorrow. And then there were people who had pre-booked their orders for the next day and things like that. So to answer to your question, the biggest thing is validation.
Right.
What is working, what is really working. And for food, when people are eating that right in front of your eyes, that expression tells you everything, right?
Completely.
ये चलेगा या ये नहीं चलेगा. अच्छा, even for pricing, again the expression tells you everything.
Right.
A lot of people, you can tell कि महंगा लग रहा है. Some people are like, it's only for this much.
Yeah.
So you know where you are going right, where you are going wrong. No kind of secondary data, primary data can help you.
Right.
Jitna real time it helps. This was our biggest thing. Then we have had instances again in pop-ups. I think this was in, I forget, I think Sun Life, I'm not sure, in Gurgaon. There was this girl who came and told me specifically that you've converted me into a snack bar eater.
Right.
I thought that it's only for people who go to the gym.
Yeah.
So, those are the anecdotes that will really, again, like you said, there are times and there will be many times that you're completely down and out. These are the things which will really push you forward.
Right.
That कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता if a dealer is not answering your call, or in one collaboration with one MNC didn't go through, the end customer really likes it.
Right.
And I am making it for that end customer. So customer feedback is really important for that.
You still do pop-ups?
We do pop-ups, yes, but the team has expanded. So now we do it with a few promoters. Abhinav and I visit for an hour or 2 hours, but we make sure that we go there for sure because and we reserve certain time to talk to people. But yes, and right now also we are mostly concentrated in Noida and Gurgaon because this is home ground.
Yeah, makes
So
sense.
makes sense.
I think feedback from one place is good enough to kind of
Now
understand.
anyway, Amazon has so much.
Yeah.
So again, very luckily for us, Amazon also, whenever we get that, even now, even 1 star, 5 star
Right.
rating, only that rating, people don't even sometimes write
Right.
comments, right? In fact, funnily, I saw day before yesterday on our Instagram page, we were running a reel on our snack bars or something, and somebody had asked a few questions about our products. There was another customer who was answering those
Yeah,
questions.
that is where you know advocacy has built in now, right?
Even like by the time my team reached out to that comment to answer, they
Right.
said कि मैम इनका answer हो गया है, and then we went and saw कि ये तो खुद ही चल रहा है आपस
Right.
में. So then I had gone through the customer data, so I knew कि जो answer कर रहे थे वो हमारे customer है
Right.
on the website. So he is already eaten and now he is telling his other people.
Which is great.
So these things are really.
Yeah, I think it's just about the ripple effect. I think especially with food and even with clothing, even with lifestyle products, right? It's all about the ripple effect. It builds in instantaneously, right?
That trust.
Yeah.
That trust
Completely.
is very important. I have had customers, Akshay, people have ordered one dabba and then after 10 days 2 and then after 10 days 4.
Yeah.
So, and when you see that on the dashboard, right? Like I was saying, फर्क नहीं पड़ता यार, middleman तुम्हें कितना दुखी देखते हैं.
Right.
When you know, and this is the beauty, by the way, coming back to this is the beauty of D2C.
Right.
You don't need to care about anybody in the world
Right.
because you can reach your customer directly. It's only you and your customer.
Yeah.
So this is the beauty of the D2C world, which we are also experiencing after the pandemic more than anything. And because we've been also selling traditionally
Right.
before, बहुत ही बड़ी opportunity.
Instant feedback मिलता है ना?
Instant लेके जा सकते हो
Right.
आप अपना. You
Right.
don't need to, like for my business, I don't need to rely on any big dealer distributor
Yeah.
saying कि इतना margin लूंगा, ये करूंगा,
Yeah.
वो करूंगा. नहीं चाहिए.
Then you can give more value to the customer also, and I think both ways. Value भी ज़्यादा मिलती है और feedback भी अच्छा मिलता है.
अच्छा मिलता है. Today you open a web store, you are there.
Yeah.
It is just the beautiful time to kind of
Right.
be in business. To, like we were saying, try out new things, experiment ideas. So many kids are doing home run things, no?
Right.
Like they are ceramic glasses, paint.
Yeah.
कुछ कर रहे हैं. They are doing these Instagram shops, I
Yeah.
think, and all that.
I think every student should do a dropshipping kind of a business.
Yeah.
Because at this moment, what is to lose, right? Nothing to lose, right? Actually, we are going to launch a live project around dropshipping where students will be working on doing it on the things they are passionate about,
Right.
like whatever they want to sell. Like today, there are avenues available where you don't need to spend $1 to even kind of create a store, right?
Correct.
So you can do that.
Correct.
And you can start that.
Yeah.
And once you experiment with it, you know that this is working or not. This is what I want to work or not, right? I think that to our point already, right?
Yeah.
You can do that. Coming to the second point, which when you were discussing, is that one part is customer centric, right? The second part is around building a business and how do you kind of structure that business, right? So when I'm saying this, I'm trying to understand that what are the major challenges you face when you are growing a business? Like starting point में discuss किया कि कैसे start करना है, but when you're growing a business, where do you find it the most difficult?
I think, especially for a bootstrap startup, see, once you have funding and once you have money on the table, a lot of things get very easy. For a food startup and for a bootstrap startup, the biggest challenge is where to allocate your resources. Where resources, I mean, number one, money, number two, time, right? It's very easy once you have money in the bank. It's in the beginning. Because there is so much money in the bank or there is X amount of money in the bank, you feel it's very easy to hire people or start hiring people and say that, okay, this one will do, that one will do, that one will do, and we will then, run this business together. That is the time I think one has to be very, very conscious and say, what is the best for my business? Out of the list of things that need to be done, what can be done by the least number of people? I would not really say, I'm not recommending that the founders take everything on themselves, but what is the least number of people that can do maximum number of jobs? And we can.
Yeah.
Not because the business is still growing. There is a lot of bandwidth. Yes, you have to kind of put in everything, but one can manage. So the biggest challenge is how to allocate resources. Number two is where to allocate resources, because like for any business, there will be production, there will be inventory, there will be marketing, there will be sales. The first challenge is where to allocate resources, what resources to allocate, and the second one is where to allocate those resources, because obviously the major heads, the easy heads to see are production, marketing,
Right.
sales, and operations, right? So you have to figure out how to where to allocate what. It's again very easy to burn money, like I was saying in the marketing glitz of it.
Right.
Like right, which is the low hanging fruit, maximum money burn. Suddenly, a lot of people will know you, or a lot of people will see
Yeah.
you. But like I said, if you're not investing properly on product development,
Yeah.
if you're not investing properly on operations, product bhi acha hai, chalo ban ke aa gaya. But if it is not packaged well, if it is not reaching the customer well, then what's the point?
Right.
What's the point of the brand that you are creating, or all the money that you're spending? So I think that those are the things that you should generally be very cognizant of. I would recommend, if you're very young, if you have not had any corporate experience, or if you don't know the ropes of the business, through either a family business or through corporate, seek out mentorship. There are a lot of people available who are very willing to mentor, and figure out the broad framework with them.
Right.
And then stick with it. That usually helps. For us, fortunately, Abhinav and I had quite a bit of corporate experience, and we were already doing what we bring to the table at Program. So we were kind of pretty set in how we wanted to do, what we wanted to do in terms of resources, and where we wanted to put in our money. But if it's for the new kids, if they're just starting out, seek out mentors, seek out senior people in the industry to see.
How did you find mentors? I know that you have a few mentors in your company, right?
Yeah.
How did you find mentors?
LinkedIn.
Through LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is the best resource. I think.
But like, just reach out on LinkedIn, or like
Yes,
you knew them,
reach
just
out.
knew them from the.
No,
you didn't.
No, we just reached out to everybody we knew through LinkedIn. A few people we had known through our previous corporate contacts, so we kind of reached out to them, met with them, and you'll be surprised. People are so gracious.
Yeah.
Everybody is just so gracious. I think the biggest challenge of reaching out to anybody is your own self.
Right.
Because we feel कि अरे ये मेरे को क्यों टाइम देंगे,
Right.
या
Right.
ये मुझसे क्यों बात करेंगे, and it's fine, just keep cold emailing,
Right.
cold messaging on LinkedIn. अभी नहीं तो 5 दिन बाद, 10 दिन बाद, I have had responses from people after a month, and they have just said, we are very sorry, we were traveling. It was as
Yeah.
random as that. It was not even क्यों मुझे response नहीं देना चाहते थे. And yeah, then what? So yeah, LinkedIn, and the word is really easy.
Yeah. I think that's great. That's a great input. I think what we think is the value of our time, or basically of reaching out to someone, the inhibition which we have is actually takes us back from where we can.
Yeah.
So I think it's all about fighting that inhibition.
Yeah.
I think that's the first thing to do.
Yeah.
And rightly said. Now I want to ask you, how do you differentiate yourself from the competition? Like, if you can put it in a way that what is the competition doing and what is GoGrab doing differently?
I think for GoGrab, I've been saying it from the beginning of this conversation. Our founding principle is the first thought always is, how can we help our customer upgrade what they're doing right now?
Okay.
So customer centricity is at the center of everything, right? For that, for food, if you want to make an impact, if you want to make people eat better, even by small tweaks and
Yeah.
measures, how will that happen? It will only happen if the same thing is consumed over a sustained period of time. Now, if it is apparel, it will be different. But if it is food, वो sustained period of time में आप क्यों खाओगे? Only when it tastes good
Right.
on your palate. No matter what diet you're following, no matter what your doctor says, if it is not tasting well on the palate, you will have it for 3 months, 6
Right.
months tops, and then it's done. At GoGrab, we are very proud to be a part of people's grocery lists.
Right.
And that's what our agenda is. We want to be a part of people's grocery baskets. Every day, every month, every week, whatever they are ordering, GoGrab has to be a part of that. For that, coming to the base level, it needs to taste good.
Yeah.
It needs to taste best. And
Right.
that is only when people will buy my cookie or my bar again and again. So the differentiator for GoGrab is always the flavor combinations. is what
Yeah.
we do best, is what where our strength is, and what has been validated by the customers. So, for example, the peanut blueberry bar that we do. At the time that we had launched it, there was no combination called peanut blueberry in the Indian market at all.
Right.
We've had people who've come and told us that shopkeepers that there were set customers who used to buy Snickers and they have replaced that with peanut blueberry.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's upgrade, right?
That is an upgrade.
Yeah,
And that too,
completely.
like an Indian brand,
Yeah.
better brand, better peanut, better nuts,
Better quality,
better
everything,
quality,
everything.
better
Yeah, I
quality.
think. Yeah.
Correct. Better berries,
Yeah.
everything. So that's the differentiator that we have. Our flavor combinations are a huge difference. The nuts that we've just brought out about a couple of months ago, we are using certain kind of nuts in that where you will not. So suppose a product called Protein Punch, it has five different types
Yeah.
of nuts. We've used something called Kabuli chana in it, which is very high on
Yeah.
protein, which you will not see any other protein
Yeah.
nuts which you see. So these are the small tweaks that we do, which differentiates us. And it's very heartening to see कि customer को पता चल रहा है.
बिल्कुल.
So they say that this is different, that is different. It's tossed in Himalayan salt. It's tossed in different kind of oil. वो पता चल रहा है, like in the flavor, in the everything. So that's our biggest differentiator. And what we also try and do quite a bit, though after the pandemic it's been a little hard, is to price it in a way that we are more affordable to the customer, because we want to reach, we call ourselves a mass premium brand. We want to reach more and more customers and not really have it for a select.
Agreed.
So that's the second part.
I think completely underlying the fact that it is for taste.
Yeah.
I think product is the forefront. No, I think customer is the forefront. Customer is mapped to the product. Product is the essence of taste. And the last thing which stays with the customer is the quality. I think is the quality. I think that's where the structure is.
Yeah.
Any message you want to kind of send out to people who are going to be aspiring to become a D2C founder? What is that message going to be? Like I said, I think in the conversation before, it's a great time to be in the D2C space, simply because there is so much support that you have, both in terms of mentorship, in terms of awareness, in terms of things that you can look up, listen to, read about, and understand what you want to do. Also, the D2C stack of services that's available today, it is so complete that there is actually, if you are even half good at tech and you want to do something on your own, there is a full deck available of D2C services from end to end, which can make your life so much easy and your revenue so much streamlined and everything. So yeah, I think it's a great time to be in it. Just figure out what you want to do, try your hand at it, and like you rightly said, stick with it. Right. Stick with it for some time so that even if it doesn't work out, at least your learning should be sustainable. Yeah. अगर आप उसको 1 महीना करके छोड़ दोगे तो आपको ये भी समझ नहीं आएगा कि क्या नहीं काम किया. बिल्कुल सही बात. So if you do it for 5-6 months, you will know that okay, this didn't work out, and next time this is what I will not do. Yeah. I think there should be a closure to everything. Like in a relationship, there should be a closure. Correct. I think with everything you do, there should be a closure. Yeah. And on this note, I will also kind of close this. Sure. Great to chat with you. I think it's been really wonderful insights and really wonderful understanding your business. I think you are doing a great job, not just because of the fact that you are creating good product. You are doing it in a way that it can be sustainable for longer term, and that is reflective of everything which you are doing, from the quality, from the viewpoint of creating the right product, right packaging. The packaging is not very flashy. Like if you see, it's not very flashy. Yeah. It's on the point. It talks about that this is something I want to have multiple times, right? So I think that is where it is very effective. And best of luck to you. My wishes are always with you, you know that, and hoping the best. I just want to leave it here saying that if anybody who's listening to or listening to us, if they would like to reach out to us, if you're looking at the food space and the snack space, and there's any kind of, like I said, mentorship, pata nahi, the big word, but we are very happy. I'm very open. My LinkedIn profile. No, I'm sure you guys are great mentors, and especially like the duo of you and Abhinav, I think can be great mentors to anyone, not just in food. I think with everyone. I think. Hopefully, those are very kind words. Yeah. So our LinkedIn profiles are open. Just reach out to us, and we'll be helpful.